just going for a little run and I figured I'd talk about my favorite pair of shoes. Topo Athletic Hydroventure 2. So let's go over some of the technical specs of the Topo Hydroventure 2. So it's got 25 millimeters of cushion in the back with 22 in the front, giving a total of a 3 millimeter drop over the length of the shoe. Has a ortholite insole. It's got built-in rock plate, which does a fairly good job protecting you from rocks. I've scrambled in the Rockies wearing these, and you definitely feel them, but it's not enough that it's painful, and it definitely didn't bruise my feet. So definitely enough protection. So the lugs have a little bit of a wider spacing. That allows for better mud release and snow release when running in the mud and snow. So you can get that stuff out so that when your next footfall comes, you're able to bite into the material and get good traction. And the sole has Vibram, it's Mega Grip rubber compound, which does a great job on anything from asphalt to, like I said, I've scrambled on rock in the Rockies with these. I've had great grip with them. So the manufacturing process for this is quite interesting. They take the Event waterproof material, waterproof breathable material, and they laminate it to this outer. Then what they can do is they create their template and they fold it and they put just a single seam in the back, which they've glued on a piece of rubber to completely seal that seam off. So it creates a completely waterproof upper. The tongue has a little gusset, so that the tongue is actually welded to the whole upper, so snow can't get in through the side of the tongue. Really does a great job of keeping the snow out, especially when you're running. You know, you constantly have snow plowing into the front of the shoe, and it does a great job of keeping that out. I really like the upper. I really like the Event that's been laminated with the shell material. I think it provides a fairly durable shell for the shoe while maintaining breathability and waterproofness. I find that the only place the water does come in is between the gaiter and this kind of cutout for the ankle bone. So I just ran through some of that very unsavory deep mud, and as you can see, the gaiter is just about exposing my sock. So mud is penetrating here, and you can see my sock is black. But that's really a problem with the gaiter. It's not a problem with the shoe. So the gaiter should be cut a little bit lower so that it covers and maybe in a stronger elastic to really pull into the side of the shoe and stop any snow or water from getting in from there. After a long, maybe an hour and a half run through slush and snow, my socks will be wet, but my feet won't be cold, even if it's well below zero, because you're not getting constantly new water coming in, and it's actually a fairly windproof material too. So if it's windy and your feet are wet, or if you would just have like a breathable mesh upper, the wind's just going to go right through. It's going to freeze your foot. But I've never had that issue with these shoes because they are so windproof, and they do a fantastic job of keeping the snow out, but also keeping the wind out and stopping that convective cooling from occurring. Overall, I really love these shoes. They are my favorite pair of shoes that I've ever owned. They're just so versatile. Not overly aggressive lugs work really well on asphalt. They have enough cushion for road running. And then you can transition straight to trail with just the right depth for moderate trail. The rock plate to protect you from branches and roots and rocks. It's a really good combination all around. One thing I found when I first put them on was the heel cup here is fairly aggressive. It really wraps around your tendon and really grabs your heel. Now, I have a lot of issue with heel slip in general. That's why I wear the runner's knot on all my shoes. And I found that this heel cup does a great job of really locking the heel in and keeping it engaged at the back of the shoe. And being Topo, having that wider toe box, you definitely have a little bit more play in the shoe. I know this last is a little bit narrower than some of the other Topo lasts, which is great for technical running. The shoe really stays with you, but you do get a little bit of play in that toe box, especially on steep descents. You're going to slide forward a little bit, but in general, because it has this nice heel cup, it really locks the heel back. And if you really cinch this down well and you lace it up properly, you can really keep your foot lock to the back of the shoe and prevent that any sort of sliding forward that you get just from having a larger toe box. It's kind of unavoidable. If you want your toes to have some space to be able to splay and breathe, you're going to have some movement of your foot. So to have that aggressive heel cup to really lock the shoe back, it does a fantastic job. Overall, I really love this shoe. It fits my feet well, which is I think the most important thing for any shoe. And I've never had any blisters or any issues with it, which I've definitely had with other running shoes. I've never had a blister with a Topo shoe. Their natural running lasts seem to work really well with my feet, so I'm going to keep using them. This is always my go-to now in the winter. I've run with it every day in the winter, pretty much, except for a few times where I took the Superfly 2 out, and I really appreciated the waterproofness of the Hydroventure 2 after running the Superfly for a little bit. So it's definitely an expensive shoe. I paid 250 Canadian for this shoe. I mean, value-wise, I ran all winter and I didn't have to worry about having wet feet or having cold feet all winter. Now, we had a mild winter, which meant a lot more water than normal. So, it was a good investment for this year. It's just so lightweight. It has just the right construction with the lugs, with the midsole. I really like 3mm to 5mm drop. I find that the zero drop of the Ultras is a little bit too, I'm not going to say too natural, but it's a little bit unsupported. I'm on my feet all day for work as well, so I like to have that little bit of extra support. And I like the cushion because of that too, right? I'm on my feet all day, and then I come home and I run, and I want protection because I abuse my feet every day. So if I can get a little bit less abuse when I'm going running, I might as well take that. Just overall, it's very comfortable. I really enjoy running in the shoe, and every time I lace it up, I'm happy with it. I have no complaints about the shoe at all. My only complaint would be the gaiter letting in that little bit of water and snow on those slushier runs. Wait, please don't go. If you've come this far, please take a second and hit that red subscribe button. It means a lot. Thanks.